Hello, poets of Africa, poets of America, poets of Asia. Yes, those three continents are represented in global verses. And I'm quite happy, quite proud for the membership, that the way that it has grown and the way we have been contributing to this group. It's been very active the last few days, despite what happened the other day when somebody who alleged to be a poet, but somebody perhaps out of his mind decided to post something that was akin to pornography. This is Patrick Ngugi, the founder of Global Versus. I decided to talk to you today through the video format rather than the usual audio format where I've been just recording my voice. And I thought at least you'd see how this guy looks like. This is how he looks like. With his gray beard and hair and gray hair that's balding. Some people say it's wisdom. I don't know. It could be wisdom, could be age, could be experience, could be anything. Anyway, here I am, and I'm really glad to see how our group is growing. We're growing in leaps and bounds, as they say. We have a representative, at least one in America. We have, I think, 3 poets in Asia, but the bulk of our membership is in Africa. But I tend to believe that we keep on growing so that we can really be global, So one of the major projects that we have been working on is the anthology, which is still being worked on. We have received tremendous support by the number of poems that have been submitted. And we're still, editing and making a list of what is needed. A good number of you have sent your photographs. Some have just sent their bio without the photograph. Some have not sent neither bio nor the photograph. But then we are not really forcing. We'd really like everybody, each member, to have his photograph, the passport photograph, and a bio of about 50 words. When I say everybody, is those who have already submitted their poems. And we have a rich collection of poems ranging from love, philosophy, and patriotism. And it's quite a blend, and we really appreciate your contributions. And as I said, we're in course, and we should be having the ebook before mid of April. So we are just winding up, and think next week we are going to finish the editing of the poems. And then, as somebody suggested in the group, that I should list the names of the people who have sent their entries, and also kind of say who has not sent photos and bios, so that those who may have sent their bios and I said they didn't send their bios, they can say, no, I sent mine, please check properly. Or they can resend just in case they sent and there were some are misplaced during the collection. But all is well. And as I said earlier on, we are going to come out to produce a podcast, but maybe sometime in March, a podcast where we shall be discussing with members, members interviews, views, and so on. And also eventually we are going to have a YouTube channel, and maybe this message I'm sharing would actually be the first. Sorry. Could be first post in that YouTube channel when it first comes. But then again, we have a lot of potential in this group. There's so much things we can do. We can even have a kind of an electronic directory of all the poets who are the members of this group, so that anybody can, if you want to contact a poet in Nigeria, a poet in Zimbabwe, a poet in wherever on the whole continent and in the world, you can just get their email address and connect with them, have a word with them. Later on, we could even come with websites. Just thinking, maybe you can give your views about this as we continue. But you can have a website. We can have the YouTube channel, the podcast, and the annual anthology, which we are now working in order to produce the next one by April. So the entries have been closed. We are no longer receiving any more entries because we're working on what we have. And I think we have more than 70 contributors, 70 uh, poets who have sent their submissions. But this will, the final number will be given when we not really 70, it could be the 70 is a number of poems. I may be confusing myself, but we'll get the final lists after next week when all the editing has been done. So thank you very much. This is my weekly message podcast, my weekly audio message, which is now coming in form of video. And let me hear what you think and what you like. Let's see what you like to do, how you would like this group to go and to grow, so that we can also kind of communicate and help each other. And I think that's all I have for now. And I say hi to all of you, including my good friend James Coburn in America, and everybody. I may not want to mention everybody, although I've mentioned James. But thank you, Slot, for your constant entertaining poems. We have various others, and I may not want to comment every, but in the future I will be able to mention by names. But today this was impromptu. I did not prepare myself to mention particular names, but at least I've mentioned those two. Slot, you're doing quite well. And even others who are poets who are posting. And thank you very much. So let's leave it here and we'll be chatting more. But let's get ideas rolling how you like this group to go. Thank you very much and God bless.